Artistic has been around since 1949. The company was started by our grandparents, and over the years, we've gone by a different name. But recently, we've rebranded ourselves as AGI Denim. AGI was started by my father back in the early 90s, so it's been around for about 30 years now. And over the years, we've gone through a series of backward integration steps, which has led to us being fully vertical. I think to be an important player in the denim industry, there's certain advantages of being fully vertical. So Pakistan is one of the largest cotton producing countries in the world. And we're fortunate that the type of cotton that's grown here is well suited to denim production. Also being based in Karachi, you have certain advantages. The cotton growing farms are not too far from where our facilities are based. Yarn manufacturing, the denim mill, as well as the garment facilities are all within a 10-mile radius. And then we are also close to the port. In terms of the benefits that we see as a company, there's definitely advantages of speed. I think that's the most important one. When you have control over your raw material, you can also control your costs better. And then, of course, quality is a very important benchmark that we set for ourselves as a company. And you can have full control over that only if you're fully vertical. And lastly, I think it also helps you reduce your carbon footprint when everything is done in close proximity.
So, the term sustainability has now become so vague. It just kind of covers a lot of different topics. However, I think the future, it's a bit different. It sees manufacturing and supply chain in a very different way. Companies will not only be judged by the products that they provide, but the net impact that they have on societies and the communities around them. So we really believe that along with manufacturing, you have to have a positive net impact on everyone around you. Projects that I'm most proud of have been tracing back to some of the key components that go into making a denim garment. Of course, there's cotton, which we've been focusing on for a number of years. But more so recently, we've been focusing a lot on water and our energy consumptions. Water, we're one of the few companies that recycle a large amount of water both on our garment as well as our fabric side. So a total of 600,000 gallons per day. And on the energy side, we've been focusing a lot on ramping up our renewable energy sources. So our water recycling initiatives don't just stop here. We want to scale our recycling up to 1 million gallons per day. A lot of companies talk about how they want to be carbon neutral. Our goal is to be the first freshwater neutral company in the world.
The demand for a sustainable world is growing on a daily basis. I think the new leaders of change are the young people, and our company is investing a lot of money on devising ways and means of how we can help in reducing the impact on the environment, on the waste management, digital solution, on innovative ideas, on making our production more and more sustainable. I think Pakistan is also going to be a very important destination for textiles.
We as a company have always believed in transparency, and I don't think that you can have sustainability without being transparent. It's very important that if you claim something, you should back it up with tangible actions. And that's what we've done over the years. So for example, our post-consumer waste recycling efforts were started before it became a norm in the industry. And to this day, we're very proud of the scale at which we're running post-consumer waste fibers in our denim fabrics and in our garments. And we don't want it to stop here. So as part of our expansion plan for next year, which includes a state-of-the-art spinning mill, we also want to go with the best-in-class technology for shredding, and we want to shred used garments and create our own post-consumer waste fiber. We also want to look into cottonizing hemp perhaps. Really, we want to come up with out-of-the-box solutions, and we want to be very transparent. We want to take tangible steps, and that's what's really required, I think, going forward. And what we want to do also is change the mindset in our company. Sustainability and the plan to be circular has to be a top-down approach. It's everyone's responsibility to care for water, to care for our surroundings, to care for the planet. And that's the kind of mindset that we want to inculcate in our employees as well.
In 2017, we launched a foundation called AGI Cares. Basically encompasses all of our CSR and sustainability efforts, and it's a way for us to engage with our community on a deeper level. Under this foundation, we are working with a couple of TCF schools. We have partnered with a couple of clinics that provide healthcare to underserved communities, as well as a number of different trainings that we have been doing over the years. One of the most, I would say, inspiring initiatives so far has been the trainings that we've been doing, mostly PACE, which is by GAP, and it stands for Personal Advancement and Career Enhancement. And what it does is it empowers women in the workforce, female garment workers. It gives them tools to not only improve their work life, but also give them like communication skills, leadership skills, and teaches them how to balance their work life as well as their home domestic life. The most inspiring bit about these training programs has been the change in the mindset of our workers, and the fact that they've been wanting to take this training and pass it on to the rest of their community, and basically empower them the same way that they've felt empowered. So for us, that's been the most inspiring change that we've brought about, and we definitely want to engage in more training programs like this for the future. Since the inception of AGI about 30 years ago, our father has always pushed for having more females in the workforce. So gender equality is something that's been instilled in our company from the very beginning. We recently collaborated with doctors on their Smart Clinics venture, which also recently won the Tommy Hilfiger's Award. It's basically a smart clinic on site at the factory that provides free medical service to all our female employees. Earlier this year, we formed Women Empowerment Committee, and we plan on investing more and more of our time and resources towards training and towards initiatives specific towards women.
I have been working with AGI Denim for a number of years. I got to know AGI as a client, actually, when I was a denim developer sourcing and designing jeans in Pakistan. If you know the history of the country and indigo in the subcontinent, then perhaps you understand why it's such a magical place to immerse yourself in. AGI Denim is a leader in the industry. I've always viewed it as a beautiful sandbox to try many new things. It's been incredible to be a part of the family's journey. Our goal continues to be to develop innovative ways to make jeans that can be part of a sustainable future, and finding the relevant stories to drive preferences for them. If there is a better way to do something, and I think we should do it. This simple and intuitive idea has disrupted our company and clients in a positive way. I am inspired by a renewed energy in the industry. There is a strong curiosity in the market for products made in a better way. How do we lower the impact on the earth? This includes looking at new fibers. There are regenerative fibers and lower impact fibers like hemp that we have been working on and have successfully brought some of that to market. Transparency is extremely important because without clarity into where your products are made, how are they made, who are making them, it's very difficult to drive positive change. Our tree planting initiative is an ongoing project that we're very proud of. We commemorated the introduction of our 00 technology by planting one tree, one mangrove tree for each of our employees. We continue with this initiative and we will be very excited to bring all those stories and hopefully inspire other suppliers and our clients to work towards these goals.
I'm really excited to be working with AGI Denim because one, they've got an incredible business. It's an incredible family business, and that really interests me with an incredible history. Secondly, they're very modern in thinking, and the way that we're approaching the future and digging deep into sustainability and circularity and how we can move the needle from a mill and a factory perspective is incredibly interesting to me, because I believe that if you're going to make a change of the system, it has to start with where things are made. That's really how you change a system. And that to me is really interesting and inspiring to work with a company that has those values. Some of the things that I'm most excited about with AGI Denim right now is their 00 process, and the investment and the importance that they're putting into sustainability and circularity and creating and innovating around new processes that will change the industry. I think that we're at a point in the industry where we're really kind of reckoning with everything that's going on with the environment. And I think it's a lot closer now, especially in the last few months. You know, we used to always be talking about, oh, in 2050, we're gonna do this. In 2060, we're gonna do this. And it just seemed like that was, you know, hundreds of years from now. Like, oh, you know, we don't have to worry about it because in 2050, we're gonna start acting on things. And I feel like now with the pandemic and the fires and you know, everything going on, there's a shift in mindsets from not only brands, but also consumers. And there's a real need to have eco-credentials that you can quantify and speak to in a really real way that shows true impact. And that's not only from brands, but it's also from consumers. And I think companies that are manufacturing without taking into consideration the impact that it has on the earth are playing in dangerous territory. And so in that, I think it's, you know, I think that sustainability or circularity is really the path forward to surviving in the industry and making sure that the industry in itself can survive.
As the AGI Denim, we are trying to create a full life cycle of the denim with the sustainable form. Of course, we are starting from the raw material, but also we are caring about the production line, we are caring about the garment manufacturing in a sustainable way. For the raw material, we have different kind of approach. Of course, recycling is very important for all of us. So I have to say that we are so proud to say in each our single items, we are using minimum 5% post-consumer fiber. This is one of the very important things for us. And additionally, we are using 20% post-consumer fiber under the redefined concept, which has also GRS certification, Global Recycle certification. And also, we are using different kind of recycling method like a Reprieve, like a Refibra, like a Ecovera. And one more group under the recycle, I need to say that we have one very unique concept, which is so-called the Circular 100. It is meaning that we are using 100 recycled resource for our fabric. So there is no virgin cotton, there is no any, even the elastan, we are using the recycled form. So it is meaning that zero virgin resources, zero pesticide, zero agriculture, zero water. So this is 100 recycled denim story. For the raw material, except recycle, we are using hemp. This is nowadays, it is very popular in the denim market. Not in the denim market, I think in most of textile industry, it is very important. We are thinking that hemp is like a new cotton. It's a renewable source and it's a natural source. And why hemp is a new cotton or why hemp is sustainable, I need to explain it because we don't need any pesticide for the hemp agriculture. This is a very important thing. It has small footprint than the conventional cotton, and also it needs half agricultural land or it needs half water consumption in the farming stage. So these are very important points why hemp is sustainable. So we are using this one. We are pioneer in one group, in one raw material, which is so-called the renew cell. This is very important. We have one concept which is so-called 00. It's covering the all wet process. Normally, most of our competitors focus into the dyeing, but wet process is not just the dyeing, also it's covering the finishing. So in 00, we are covering the dyeing together with the finishing, and also we are getting two huge advantage. One of them is the zero waste water discharge, so we are recovering the all water from the production line, and also we are reducing the consumption in approximately 85% during the process route. So we are reducing 85%, which is a huge number, and we are doing this one.
The new spinning facility that we have planned for next year is a very exciting project. It's going to be linked to Industry 4.0 principles. We are working very closely with the machinery suppliers on a very unique solution. We want this to be different from the regular spinning mill that the industry is used to. The vision for the future is not to chase scale, but to rather do things the way that they should be done. So along with the spinning facility, we are also planning a new denim mill. The idea in the past was to always invest in increasing the capacity, but now it's about making smart investments in areas which are sometimes neglected. So for example, water, energy, chemicals, engineering. Renewable energy is an important one that we are looking at. We would like our new spinning facility along with the denim mill to be LEED certified. And when it comes to denim production, I think it's essentially about the raw material that goes in, so the yarn. I think that there's a big focus right now on fibers and those being sustainable, along with dyeing. I think that that's a very important component of denim fabric, and then finally the finishing. So the idea is to incorporate sustainable goals and a sustainable mindset in each step of the process, and that's how we really want to do things in the future. The other important bit that I want to mention is also about our efforts in terms of our systems and in our efforts to improve our quality. Because going forward, consumers are still going to be buying jeans, but they will be buying in a slightly different way. So for example, they'll buy less but better. So in that sense, quality is going to be very important going down the road.
The textile business was not as strong as it is now. I think Pakistan has become a very important destination, and it is going to become very important. We want to be known as the most responsible company in the textile business out of Pakistan. So the vision is to acquire respect and known as a responsible company.
I think the denim market is very fast-paced, and you have to continuously improve and evolve as a company. Otherwise, you get left behind. So, we've seen that this business takes a lot of investment. You need to constantly be involved, and you need to constantly plow back into the company just to stay ahead of the curve. There's a famous quote that I've always liked from the days that I was in school, and that is that even if you are on the right track, you'll get left behind if you just continue sitting there. So I think that, that's something that we've seen in this business, that it's extremely fast-paced, it's extremely competitive, and you need to constantly improve and evolve as a company.
Okay, so how do I feel about my kids joining the business? I think I'm super excited. I think I can now plan my retirement faster. I think all three of them are they're working very hard. I think they are very passionate about their work. They're learning a lot from their associates. They're learning a lot from the buyers. They're learning a lot from their own, co-workers and colleagues. So I think, yeah, it's exciting. I think it's a very exciting business to be in.